Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands AP, now with 100% more cheesecake on the stream.
Hmm.
It could be interpreted in a couple ways.
Yes, it can be. But tonight we have our wonderful lore speakers continuing their adventures on a table. But before we continue on that, I'm going to table this discussion for a second to get through our announcements. Announcement the first, other shows on the channel. Tomorrow night is something. Final Fantasy, Marvel Rivals, I do not know yet. We are down as Sarah, because it's McKenna's birthday. Happy birthday, McKenna.
Oh,
It's my birthday tomorrow.
It is.
I'm so excited to get to see everybody. Reminds me I need to text the group chat.
You do. Text your group chats. Then, on Wednesday, as if continuing the gifts, we have an episode of Wild Ambition,
yeehaw!
which I have a very special gift planned for a certain Miss Honey Madeline this week.
Oh my.
It's McKenna's favorite type of gift in a tabletop RPG. Emotional
A
damage.
lore drop. Oh, emotional damage is good too.
Yes. Speaking of emotional damage, on Friday, the Astral Calling. There's going to be some.
Yes, clearly.
Hopefully we'll have everyone back. Unfortunately, we had a number of cast members who were under the weather last week, and because of what we were doing in the Astral Calling at the time, it didn't make sense to continue on without everyone. So I went and played Magic for a bit that night. And actually rested for a change. And then I
Strange.
promptly spent
Weird.
Saturday writing an essay.
As one has to do.
Yep. But I have now gotten that application in, so find out in the near future if I can do something fun with that. Then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op. Stardew Sunday. Come and watch me swear at a fish, Sarah swear at a fish, Emily swear at a fish.
There was a lot of fish swearing.
There was a lot of fish swearing this week. It was great.
Very annoying. The game just wanted to hype down that my fishing skills suck.
I think the game was humbling us all there, Sarah.
It just was rude.
I felt like it was humbling us all equally. I mean, it took me like 2 whole tries to get the glacier fish, I think. I don't know if one of the ones that I didn't have like the thing set up for was actually the fish. So I'm going to say it took me 2 tries to get the fish. Compared to the legend, that took me like 6, but that's beside the point. Then, on a Monday, what do we do on Mondays? Well, we play the Strength of Thousands adventure path for now.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing right now.
that's what we're doing tonight. We're almost done the AP.
My babies.
We're almost finished, which is kind of wild to say.
Oh, that's Wednesday.
We've got maybe.
Yes, that
well,
is
here's the thing.
Wednesday.
Well, I've been doing a bit of math,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we've got probably on the middle chapter.
Mm-hmm.
There's one chapter left for the AP. This middle chapter, we've got probably maximum 3 weeks left,
Okay.
assuming you guys don't speed run certain encounters.
And then a month or 2 for the golden ending, probably.
Depends on how quickly you do that too. You might stump me. You might be completely uninterested in the weird lore crumbs I put in. Like, Matt, we don't care about your fan fiction. We want to do the
No,
story.
McKenna's here. McKenna's here. We will always care about fan fiction.
Been here since the very first session of this campaign. I have been here for that, Matthew.
All
You
right.
know damn well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
mm-hmm.
Still,
you
Charlotte's
very
still
specifically,
cool.
McKenna. I'm going to drop something completely incidental to the actual reason you guys are doing the golden ending that will either you won't care about at all or will emotionally crush you.
I like how that's the if or.
That's a crazy if or.
And the clue is only you, probably.
No, Yeah.
Only you can prevent trauma.
Oh boy.
Only you can save Shazare's ex.
But anyway, yes, I suppose is your wonderful intro done, Will?
Yeah, that was it. Other than after that, it's an Art Deco campaign. Hey Matt, how much time do you think you'll need between campaigns to get going? What's our turnaround going to be?
It's very
I'm
business.
not entirely sure at this point. It depends on how crazy I want to go with the maps. Because big thing about Art Deco is obviously the aesthetic, and depending on how easily I can whip up kind of Art Deco looking maps of sufficient quality, it will depend.
Fair enough, but we'll be doing that. Don't worry though, I have plans.
Actually, I do need to, now that you've settled on a character, Will, I do need to interrogate you slightly at some point soon.
Ooh, interrogate me, Matthew. But I will hand the intro off to you now, my friend.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Matt, or Urban off at various places on the internet, here to lead these peoples that I have dubbed the brave, the best, and the brightest through the Strength of Thousands adventure path. As mentioned previously, we're getting fairly close to the end. We're in the last book. We're more than halfway through the middle chapter of 3, so we're in the penultimate chapter, as you might say. But who specifically is in this penultimate chapter? Well, let's go around the table, so to speak. And speaking of tables, tonight's question, let's introduce ourselves and our characters and answer the question: if you won a contest and were offered a custom, nice permanent gaming table for your living space, regardless of whether your living space could fit one right now, regardless, sorry, would you want, because you have to choose, a traditional table that has lots of big space and has like one of those sunken intersection that probably has like felt, but you could put other things on top of it, like hand-drawn maps or Dwarven Forge terrain pieces, or would you want one that has a screen that you can program with digital maps? But to answer this question first, just because I like the fun expression they just made, Sarah.
Oh, okay, great. Hi,
Please.
everybody.
Yes.
I'm Sarah Margaret, and I am playing Charlotte, the naughty toxicologist. I'm also known as Cosmic Deity 746. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I have to say I love sketching out my own maps as much as I can. But I would say if I had a digital program where I could do like a sketch pad on a screen, where I could sketch out each room, I probably would. However, I'm a huge fan of the gaming tables that go in, so you can build like the little dioramas within them. Not that I could ever afford that sort of thing or put in that amount of time, but like some of the stuff that I've seen on some of those bigger podcasts, it's like I want that miniature set because I love miniature sets.
Moving along to the person who just gave us a wonderful smile, Zosie Pose. Please introduce yourself, your character, and tell us what you would choose from digital versus physical.
Hello, you guys. I'm Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose on the internet. I am playing our bard, Ophelia. And I would have to say, if I was going to be like given the table, I would go for digital. And then I would probably make some sort of cover to go on top of it so that we could use it
Trying to game the system.
for like other board games and for like eating and party stuff. Because when I was doing minis and doing my own maps and stuff, I would basically go to the dollar store and I would see what I could get and see what I could use in the family campaign, and then I would write it into the story. And it was just so much fun. Like, it's accessible. You can make it accessible, so it doesn't have to be super expensive.
I am a big fan of finding hidden gems at the dollar store. But moving along, to another person showing off a mischievous smile. Will, please introduce yourself, your character, and digital versus physical.
Hello, I'm Will, also known as Tabletop Royalty on the internet, and I would do physical in this case, but I'm playing Iga Agama and Choco tonight. And Zoe, you can always take my methodology, where you take your old Digimon figures from when you were a child and turn them into minis and use those.
PJ does the same thing with little Pokemon figures.
PJ and I sharing a brain
Tonight, a
cell.
dire Squirtle menaces the party.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
Joke? I don't. That's literally how it is.
My first Eidolon was a Squirtle.
Oh, I'm well aware. Well, I'm well aware.
But yeah, so, I like to use... It's very funny because it's now become like an inside joke in the Pathfinder community in Winnipeg that whenever I'm around, there's always some form of Digimon that people are fighting.
That's funny.
Also, almost TPK'd the party on Thursday. I'll tell that story on Wednesday.
And last but not least, Will, did you answer the question?
Yeah, physical.
Okay.
Because physical media is important.
I don't disagree. This is a slightly different situation, but that's a whole other discussion. Last but certainly not least, McKenna, please introduce yourself and your character and answer the table question.
Hello, everyone. My name is McKenna Ray Tynan, also known as McKenna Ray Art on all the platforms. Tonight, I'm playing Avi Avi, our Nyctera witch, as well as her recently restored familiar Agate. Oh, I'd grab Pepper. She's within arm's reach, but she's very much asleep.
Oddly coinciding with Sarah getting a new cat, huh?
Oh, and Sarah's new little baby's so cute. Before I answer your question, I would just like to say that the charity drive that I've been doing donations for my team has recently just passed the $4,000 threshold in terms of donations. The drive as a whole just passed $42,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders.
Fuck yeah.
So it's so sick to be a part of that. I'm so excited. I think it's officially closed in terms of like the rankings of teams, but you can still go and donate for a little bit longer if you like to. Sarah did because she's the best and I love her. But as for Matt's question, I would absolutely go with a physical gaming table. I think I'd do also what Zoe was talking about, where you'd have a screen inlaid into the table, which I think is just like faster in terms of like changing terrain. I've also seen people do really sick like chase scenes with like basically a looping a video of moving terrain, and it's incredible. There's just a lot of like fun options with that, and then with some sort of cover on top so you can use it as an actual table. But for me, the most important thing is I would want kind of like double layered edges around the side of the table so that I could have like my dice tray and my thing up here and then like a spot below for snacks. You know
a
what I
snack
mean?
pack.
The reason
Because
I keep
otherwise, where are you going to put the snacks? You can't put them in the middle of the table with all of the minis, and you can't have them on top because otherwise you're going to get popcorn all over the table. And also then where are you going to put your dice?
Or your cat comes and steals them.
Well, so
You
hear
need
me out.
2 layers and a cup holder that swivels out.
All right, are y'all
That's-
ready for my hot GMing take? You don't need to snack as a GM.
Well, why do you feel the need to just say things to be different? You can just enjoy life. You don't have to be contrary about unnecessary shit. Why do you do that?
why
That's not a hot
do-
take.
Do you know what I
I
do?
have
when
supper before I try to eat, and then I forget to eat half the
dinner.
time as I'm doing it.
That's slightly different.
Look, I am a good host. I often
host.
make dinner for everybody, but they need to eat at the table with the dinner. So it's like,
Mhm.
it's the
I-
same.
To be fair, when I am GMing in person, I tend to provide snacks and food for my players as well. The last time I had like a home game, I did I did smoked pineapple for everyone, which was pretty
I
good.
recall that. It was
Anyway.
raining that day too, which made it
was.
extra difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something for me, it's more than like, oh, you don't need to eat. There is a communal aspect to playing Dungeons and Dragons inherently. It is heightened if everyone is also sharing a meal. The communal aspect of everyone eating the same thing at the same time is delightful and underrated, and more people should do it.
Food. It brings people together. Why do you think so many adventures start in a tavern?
I mean,
Yes.
So many people that are running games are hungry.
Next adventure will begin at a pie eating contest.
Oh hell yeah!
That'd be
like
fun.
county fair.
Yeah.
It's the local fair.
I don't know how my character is going
Ooh,
to get
candied
to there,
mandrakes.
but she'll be very excited.
That'd be a cotton candy.
No, I have a very interesting intro for the first episode of the Art Deco that I think I'm looking forward to getting all of your reactions. I think it will be amazing.
Oh, Matthew, I'm so excited.
I may have to write a whole ass script for it for me to say off loud. I have to make my own block text.
We,
Um,
it's going to be a good time. I'm really excited for Art Deco Land.
yes. You guys will get to face the kneecap gang. A bunch of skeletons in suits with repeating crossbows.
I have to get McKenna my mood board for my
No,
girl
Tarzan's
pop.
Oh no!
It's true.
Rattle 'em, boys.
Anyway.
But that brings us around to the end of our introduction. So, Will, why don't you go ahead, roll that intro, and I will go just double check how my cheesecake's doing.
Yeah, cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
And then also at the intro, we're also going to do, if I can get to the right page, a short ad break, just so that people coming onto the stream won't have pre-roll ads. So chat, thank you very much for sitting through that. I appreciate you. And we're back, but Matt vamped for another 20 seconds so that we can make sure the people on the ad break don't miss out on stuff.
Ooh, a little vamping.
Has anyone figured out their names for their characters for Matt's upcoming campaign? I think I have mine.
God, yeah. I had mine.
Oh, yeah. Sarah's character kind of emerged fully
With the
formed very
name.
quickly.
mine emerged fully formed with a criminal record.
Also, we're back.
And that's how King Crimson works. Anyway, when last we left our adventuring party, the best and the brightest, they had continued their adventure on the endless table, having been Honey, I Shrunk the Kids down to a size smaller than that of an ant. They had to grapple with a world that was now very different, yet still oddly familiar in certain ways. They battled against ant queens, against Uncle Cinder, who was just this weird fire dude who was tormenting some poor beetle merchants. It had to deal with some dancing shadow people who were a little too full of themselves. All the while reassembling the ripped up pieces of Corday's shadow, which hopefully once reassembled will enable you guys to take the shadows of your friends you've also recovered and return to normal size and possibly deal with this stupid egg that has been behind the scenes causing problems for literal years of both in-game time and our real lives.
Eggy.
Egg. Horrible bug egg that probably isn't even like really egg shaped. It's probably more like a weird like cylinder almost. Rounded cylinder. Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah.
Let us break the eggs.
But zooming back in specifically when last we left, you guys had defeated the dancing shadow people on the Drumhead. You had recovered number 3 in terms of shadow fragments. There's only potentially one left. And yeah, you guys have a choice now if you want to return to the potted plant, hand off the shadow, maybe take a rest. I don't know how your slots are doing, how well you guys are feeling about time.
I think we handed off the shadow back to Issa on account of Issa helped Agate reawaken.
Oh, yes.
So I think we already went back and took a little nap. I think that's what was decided.
All right. Well, do you guys want to directly proceed then to the final location, the Acid Lakeshore?
Yay, secondary locations.
All
Or
right.
tertiary, actually, technically speaking.
Quadrary. This might be the
That is
fourth
true,
place you've come.
quadrary.
Actually, 5th if you count the potted plant. All right, let me just see if there's some wonderful block text here. All right. The relatively whimsical nature of the endless table fades away as the heroes journey to the acid lake around the egg. A thicket of twisted, pock-marked, and pimpled mushrooms grow along the edge of the lake. A few have toppled over into the slowly encroaching acid and are dissolving as they sink, producing a foul odor. This is sort of like now... Previously, you guys encountered sort of a weird swamp made of just rotting gourd. This is actually like melting plant matter. It's not pleasant. The acid, just the fact that there's so much of it, and the shadowy kind of figure of the egg in the distance, lends this place a bit more of a menacing aura.
A certain aura of foreboding,
And
perhaps.
these mushrooms are big. There are deep shadows under these mushrooms. It's very imposing, one might say.
Let's just say I am both highly intrigued and very frightened by this, which can tell you exactly how dangerous this is.
How dangerous is it, Butch?
Well,
Yes.
I wouldn't use this acid with a 10-foot pole.
That's rare.
How about a 29.5-foot pole?
I got that reference.
That's very specific, Igora. You're making weird things up.
And Igor's
Well,
heart grew
by-
3
By the
sizes
time
that
you
day.
use a 10-foot pole, you've got about, you lost about 5 feet of it because it burned away in the acid.
What's the size of the pole that adventurers packs come with standard?
10-foot pole.
Okay.
10 foot. It's a 10-foot.
All right. So yeah, not too far away is the edge of the mushroom forest, and beyond that, the sickly glow of the acid lake. It's like almost like a hot, smelly wind coming off it towards you guys.
Well, I guess we're not gonna know really how to what will dissolve in the acid until we get there. So we won't know how to cross it until we get there. So we might as well get close.
If only we had some sort of flying giant frog.
Yeah, if only.
Should we be reading this in?
Probably not. We should mask up.
Let's do
I know
it.
you guys could make some sort of check if you'd like. You'd have to maybe explain which check you're doing and what you're hoping to discover.
Medicine check to see what precautions we need to take to move safely through this area.
Okay.
Guess I'll maybe do Arcana to see if it has any magical effects.
Okay.
Well,
That's gonna be a
You
nat
think
one.
this is you in fact think this is a magic potion that must have just been spilled. It's not acid at all. You should absolutely drink it.
immediately
No, I'm
gently
joking.
go up as you head towards it and go,
I've never done
No.
critical failures on
Her
ones
little
for
legs
skill
are
checks
just
or
like-
knowledge checks yet.
Avi did fail the lab safety class.
You guys don't even have an eyewash station nearby. You shouldn't go
imagining
anywhere near
how
it.
those little scientists hold the little bats like this with the wings out and the feet. Yeah, like, no.
Have you ever seen the zookeepers that just wear baby bats that are sleeping on their shirt collars around because the baby bats can just hang off anything? They're so small. They're like the size of your thumb.
Oh, they look like
I-
all the jelly
I
beans.
kid you not. I was at some sort of fair somewhere, and somebody had a baby bat, but they had a baby bat and they had it in a little pouch on their thing, and it was like a zoo thing, and that what they would do was they would just like open it so people could look inside, and there was a tiny little baby bat sleeping in the pouch, and like you weren't supposed to touch, but you could look down and see this little baby bat, and it was the cutest thing in a little fanny pack. It was so cute.
I don't think bats are marsupials, are they?
Big
Wait, wouldn't
I
that
believe.
be a fanny bat then?
Ha.
That's not marsupial.
I don't know. Igra, you think that this acid, the fumes are just unpleasant. They're not going to cause you any like lasting harm. If you stayed here maybe for years, you might lose your sense of smell.
Nah, it's fine. I smell through taste. I smell through touch.
You guys pass along the way. One little insect inhabitant of the table, who's a little ways away. It appears to be a mantis of some kind, but they appear to be sort of like kneeling, engaged in worship.
Oh, a praying mantis.
And that's the whole joke. They now disappear. You got that very quickly.
Also, I'm happy to report that bats are not marsupials, because if they were, I would have passed on a really fun bit that I could have been doing the whole campaign. So I'm glad to learn that they are not in fact marsupials.
I'm assuming you guys want to get a little closer to the mushroom forest at the edge of the lake.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Enders, what do you think about all this?
I mean,
How's our mushroom expert?
Yeah.
I actually am not a big mushroom expert.
Well, you're
It's
a little
always
mushroom expert.
I understand what you did there, but
I adore you, McKenna.
I've just never really thought to look into it. I'm different enough from like just natural mushrooms because I'm a leshy.
I'm not like other mushrooms.
Well, no, I'm not.
Not actually.
Yeah.
Sort of like how there's a big difference between me and a bat.
Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, I've looked in some books and suddenly Endures in Darkness is interrupted by a well, you finally arrived. And a figure kind of steps from the shadows of the mushrooms. A large figure. I don't think quite as big as Gamma, but let me just
Gamma
double
is
check here for
huge,
size.
technically.
Yes, this is only a large size creature, but you're a little taken aback for a moment because, in a way, it almost resembles your Norn friend back at the potted plant, but kind of seems off. Her hair is more kind of stringy, her clothes a little more tattered and dark, and there's sort of a dark intensity to her look, and she kind of like steepling her fingers. So, let me just check, make sure I get a name right here. Hakana's little helpers have finally arrived. I don't act like I don't know. I've seen you skittering back and forth doing her little dirty work for her. And I knew you'd come for me eventually.
I beg your pardon, I do not skitter.
Well,
Not in this
as a
form.
proud member of the the skitter committee, I would say we both kind of skitter.
I
Well,
think
this
you recall,
form.
not too long ago, I happened to see you from afar skittering under some dancers. Don't you lie to me.
Well, over.
Oh, so you're a fan.
So you've been watching us?
Oh, yes. I like to keep an eye on potential minions, you see.
Oh, thank goodness you didn't say I like to watch.
I don't understand that reference.
What?
Me neither.
So I will give you this one chance. Kneel before me and swear allegiance, and thus we will take vengeance upon Hakana,
How
or
can
be
we do that if we
destroyed.
don't know who you are?
Yeah, who are you?
I am Tatterthread, the true master of the Endless Table.
Oh, her familiar?
How? dare you?
Go for the familiar.
Her first. And suddenly you see movement amongst the mushrooms. And we're going to roll initiative.
Why is that?
On
Yeah,
a
you
map-
done fucked up.
On a map I don't really like much at all. I will move you guys in a second. Give me a second.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. I have to grab the little flag.
Give me a second. No one proceeds to give you a second.
All right, you may have to.
My
reset.
finger was already on the button. I can't.
All right, token layer.
I see why you don't like this map. I too do not care for this map.
It's just, why is it this shape?
It is a funny shape.
Putting my seeing, I'm putting my gamma protection over there.
Well,
Thank
no,
you.
Will, you're caught unawares.
Yeah,
Unless
but
we're just
gamma's
approaching.
always in front of us.
Ah, fine.
As a general rule, we put the meat shield in the front, Matthew.
They were in front. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to roll initiative. Make sure the tracker is up. Ah, good.
Do you
so-
want us to roll again and you can put in our
No, I have Avi, Charlotte, and Ophelia.
Hmm.
And Igra.
All right, and now I will roll for Tatter Thread.
On a shadow.
Ooh, there's two things I really need to remember about them.
Hey, you know, if they had disguise abilities, do you know what they'd be called? Avi?
No,
Seeming.
I don't get it.
Their name's Tatter Thread.
Yeah, that was a reach.
Seeming, it's a sewing joke.
It's still
Also,
a reach.
Matthew, I can't see my initiative or Charlotte's or Ophelia's.
Or mine.
Oh.
I think because we made it on the other.
Oh.
Ah.
Try reloading the page.
Okay.
Try turning it on and off again.
Essentially.
Recalculating splines.
Oh, and I need to get. I always forget.
Nope, that
pointers.
did not work.
You guys just want me to tell you, or?
I mean, they're in the little chatty thing. It's just not showing up in the
Tracker.
tracker.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that.
We just
Suffer.
reroll.
You guys want me to take a little screenshot of it, send it to the Facebook chat?
No. Wait, are we all? Can you see our initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see everyone except Endures because I have not rolled his yet.
I can also see yours. And Stream can see it.
So why
Well-
3 of us can't see it is weird.
That is funky.
I do not know. I blame the cult.
I blame the map.
I also blame the map. I don't like the map. No offense to the people who made it, but I don't like it.
I blame myself. I'm ashamed.
All right.
I hit the wrong button on
Be
the side of
better.
my mouse. Also, chat, I cheese grated my finger, so I'm holding my mouse awkwardly. So I apologize.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. That's awful.
All right. It goes Tatter Thread, Igora, Avi, one of the minions, Charlotte, the other minion, Ophelia, Endures in Darkness rolled terribly.
I rolled a 2 and he still rolled worse.
He rolled a 5 and doesn't have very good
What do
initiative.
I got?
Fair enough.
Um,
I have that
What's
last
my-
today, so I'll pop.
all right,
that.
Tatter Thread. Okay. Oh. Oh. You know what, guys? The initiative problem has been solved. Because you know what? You all rolled a 1.
What?
Well, that's
Deny fate. If she can see you with 120 feet, you roll 1 for initiative.
Well, That's a
This is an evil reflection of a Norn. You guys are in a little
Oh.
trouble.
That's
So,
a darn.
Um, what we're gonna do, I'm going to just quickly write down what I rolled for the baddies because they get to keep their initiative, and I'm gonna close it and we're gonna re-roll it so you can all see it.
Mm-hmm.
But quickly look in your things, and you do roll a 1, but you still get to add your thing.
I've already edited it. Mine.
Well,
I
I'm gonna
think.
close the
Oh,
thing and
it's
reopen
7.
it. Well, so hold on a second.
29 is what I end up with.
21.
That's a fun ability.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna close the initiative tracker, and you guys can all roll again.
It's the type of
But
ability.
so roll a d20 and then just add what you rolled, and I'll put it up on the board. So
It's the type of ability that McKenna hates, I think.
hold on. Remove all turns.
There you go.
Okay. Avi, you roll. Let's see. Plus 29. So technically, you rolled a 30.
30.
Hey,
You
so rolled a 1.
know it's perfect. It was the perfect
30.
time to use
I have a
this.
plus 28, so I rolled a 29. I'll change my own.
How did I roll that?
Darkness rolls.
Darkness.
Oh,
Aw,
Also,
but
remember, if you're not clicked on their token,
29.
it won't load it into the thing.
I am. I did actually.
I clicked on my token.
Me too.
Oh, did it? Maybe it's
Odd.
just not loading. Because
Roll 20.
I like clicking on my token. The
How's
hardest
that?
key.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Well, you rolled perception for Endures in Darkness, Matt,
Jesus.
not initiative.
Well, he's on the board now, so I'll just take that.
Well, you take a 1.
Yeah,
Plus
so
28,
1
so
plus 28. So yeah, it doesn't matter
29.
what I rolled.
Yeah.
Semantics. I hate numbers.
All right, Charlotte rolled a nat 20, but it becomes a 1, so 28 for Charlotte. I
How to
just
guarantee
need...
your boss is getting more than 1 round?
Avi, could you roll, please?
I already rolled.
Guarantee the
Okay, I
tag.
can roll again.
Hold on, no.
I'll take it. Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's 29 anyway, so 30 in total.
Yes.
All right, now I'll roll the bad guys again and just reset them to what they were.
I feel as if this encounter is going to break my brain.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Oh,
worst
having a
part of it
great
in a way, though they have some fun reactions.
That's the Fae
Mm.
for you. They got some funky stuff.
All
Canonically,
right.
Galma eats Fae.
Well, not all Fae.
Which is why this party is very funny.
Red
Nom nom nom.
and okay. Thank you all for sticking with us for that.
I mean, any enemy that messes with fate is always a grand order to fight.
Oh, for God's sake.
Right in the chat. Oh,
Change of plans. Kill the frog.
yeah.
But actually, we are going to start with something a little nasty. It's a 2-action spell, and I just need to check one thing. Description. All right, targets. So I don't have to.
Oh yeah. So
No.
was that first thing? Was that a spell?
They are going to cast a spell. Oh no, that was just an ability they have. That is just deny fate.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to use 2 actions to do weird.
Oh boy.
So everyone I can see, pardon me.
Oh wait, I have the perfect counter for this.
Do you have a reaction?
Only the target can. Oh, you don't have a reaction yet. Well,
No,
Um,
It's a joke. He's silly.
all right. So I need a will
WWE
saving
joke.
throw from
Can't see me.
everyone.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, sorry,
nice.
Matt. What do you need me to roll again? Will throw?
Yeah, I need a will save.
That's gonna be a 50 for me.
53.
Surprisingly.
This is one of the things where I need to get secrets
McKenna.
of magic out.
Yes.
You are within 120 feet and attempted a saving throw. Roll again, and I get to pick which one I want.
Ew.
You rolled a nat 19.
38. and 48. What's the DC?
I'm not picking on you, McKenna.
No crit fails.
I
It's a
promise.
book.
So what did you
Don't
roll in total,
believe
McKenna?
you. That's going to be a 38.
All right, so not a crit failure. You take the full 53 mental damage and are frightened 2.
Okay.
And then we'll do everyone else. All right, Ophelia.
Mine
You
is
also
success.
Oh, because of the special will thing. All right, so you will only take half damage and are frightened 1. So half of 53 will be 26. Yes.
Okey-dokey.
26. Charlotte succeeded, so you will also only take 26 and are frightened 1. Igra got a 48.
I'm going to
so that-
take 59, even though Gamma got a critical success. I got a regular failure.
Okay.
Yay,
So
summoner rules.
Also, it should be 53, not
Yeah.
59.
yeah, I think I messed up with the programming a little, but yeah, obey the top one. That one's
Okay.
probably right.
53, fair enough.
All right. That was their 2 actions. People are scared and everything. It used its reaction already. It is just going to because Charlotte was the one. Who was the one again that implied that Tatterthread was the minion?
That
That
was
would
that
be-
was Ophelia.
That's-
That would be okay.
She's just gonna go and spray acid at you. 57 to hit you.
I was right. You are smelly. Yeah,
I'm assuming that's a crit.
that'll crit.
All right, so that will be 54 acid damage.
Great.
And thus ends Tatterthread's turn. And now the thing that I don't want to do, but this is the programmed thing.
You do know that you're the DM, right? You don't have to do it.
No,
if
but
you
it's
don't want
important
to.
that I do this.
No,
So
it's not.
each of the elite Ankus has an ability they're supposed to do at the start of the battle. They are going to use shadow doubles.
Jesus.
Shadow clone jutsu.
So they get to summon for every action they spend. They get to send summon a slightly weaker duplicate, and I'm going to use all 3 actions. So they're going to summon 3 duplicates.
Hey,
Tonight,
Will, do you know the guy who wrote this fight?
Yeah.
Can you
Can we-
slap
can we
them the next
talk?
time you see them?
Talk.
hold on a
Just
sec.
gonna talk with them.
Tonight, the part of the shadow duplicates will be played by this fire elemental.
Fun.
So we start with Blue, who's going to summon 3 of them. All right. So shadow doubles have the same statistics, but they have the summoned feat. They only have 84 hit points. I didn't have to tell you that, but I'm choosing to. They can't use the shadow double, so I can't make an apocalypse of shadow doubles. They can't use any innate spells, and they only have an attack bonus of plus 27. So yeah. Now, Will, here's a question. Just how many actions do these shadow duplicates get?
So, reading it as it is,
Mm-hmm.
they would have to roll initiative.
All right.
And for each shadow double,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they would have to roll their own initiative by the looks of it.
All right. I'm going to give these guys some colored dots. Just so we can keep track of all
Which,
this.
I mean, like, we rolled a 1, so they're all going to get to act first. But, you know, then Avi's going to go and just drop a meteorite on all of them, so.
I feel like
Probably
McKenna
not,
might...
They don't have the space for it.
I'm sure she'll do something to pay me back. And I deserve it.
You do, but I actually don't know if I can what yeah, I don't we'll see.
All right. I'm just
So
gonna
the
have to move
ideal
these
is that we
guys.
want them to roll. We want them to roll above, basically whoever's already gone. So because they were created by the 43, we want them to roll above a 43 because then they effectively won't get a turn this round.
One of them did.
Yeah.
All right, so we move on to the other Anku, who's only going to, because I don't like this, it's get annoyingly complicated.
Mhm.
One of them, the other one is only going to summon one of these things. And then it is just going to hop down and attack Endures in Darkness with a Claw Slash, and I have to roll another initiative.
Hey, sweet.
Did you move that one for me, Will?
Yeah, I already did.
All right, thank you. And the Elite Anku is just going to make a slash at Endures with a 49. That will crit. So that's going to be 64 slashing damage to Endures in Darkness. Oh boy. Hold on a sec. 230 minus. All right. Takes a big chunk out of Endures in Darkness. All right, then we move on to Element. This one is going to actually, it's just going to stay there and attack Gamma.
Yeah.
I guess with 3 actions.
Yeah.
But it only gets a plus 27 to this attack, so I'm just going to manually plug that in. First attack, 33.
Misses.
Second attack will only be plus 22. Misses.
Misses.
And then the last one will be a 17, plus 17. Misses.
Misses.
All right, we move on to the next one, which will move over here and we'll go after Avi Avi with 2 attacks.
Ouchie.
Let me just scroll up through my various commands. 43.
Yep, I'll do it.
I will just roll the damage. 33 slashing.
Okay.
And for the second attack, 38.
We'll miss.
Okay. And now we go on to a big stretch of the player's turns.
Ophelia and Avi, the two of you should delay
Why?
until after me so I can give us all haste.
Hmm.
I don't think haste will help me.
Okay. Never mind.
Ophelia, do you want to delay or do you want to act now?
Of all the people to delay, it makes the least sense for me to delay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think the haste would help. I mean, if we're just going right after Igora, but let us do this. Let us. Okay.
Let us.
We're gonna bard song. So we're going to performance check. +1, +2, or +3. That's a +3 for sure.
30 spin. I'm pretty sure that'll be a crit, but I'm just gonna check. You guys are still 19. Yes, 49 is the critical roll DC. So you got well over it. Good job. So that'll be a +3. I will add that to the map.
I just put it on.
Oh,
+3. Okay. And now let's see how they do with the will save. This will hit every enemy.
oh boy.
Will saves from every enemy, please.
Yay!
Okay, overwhelming presence.
Mhm.
God, I'd love to see that represented visually.
Yeah, so would I. I hope they fail.
All right, so we're going to start from there's a lot, so we're going to start from the very top. I'm just going to do all the Elite Ankus first. We'll start with Pink Dot. This is a will save, and the DC is...
You want to do them in the initiative order? Maybe?
Sure.
I don't know. Whatever. Makes sense.
I'm just gonna do them from the Elite Ankus first, and then Tattered Thread. I'll just do them from top to bottom of the page
You said
screen.
Okay.
What's the DC?
44.
44. All right. First one at the top. This is a will save. Fails. Red dot. Super fails. Blue dot. Super fails. Green dot. Succeeds. Purple dot. Fails. And pink dot. Oh, second pink dot. Oh, I'm going to change the dot on that. That will be a yellow dot without the pink dot. All right, so let's see. This is the.
All I got was pink, red, and blue. I didn't get to write down the rest of them.
That's all right. Starting from the top, pink failed because it's 43, right?
44.
44. All right. Pink failed.
So they have to contribute on their next turn 6 times.
Wow. So yeah, they just won't get a turn. Red super failed.
All
Like
right.
critical.
They will, their whole turn will be paying tribute.
Okay. Critical failure for blue.
Whole turn lost.
Actually, I think yeah, everyone technically failed then. If it was 44, everyone failed or critically failed.
Okay. So for the ones that just failed, they lose 6 actions, but they don't have to be all at the same time. So say next turn they lose 1 action, but still use 2 actions. If that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah, they must pay tribute at least once on each of their turns if possible. So either I pay 1 tribute for 6 turns or 2 tributes for 3 turns.
Yeah.
It's just their, you know,
All right.
their
All
choice.
right. That was a pretty good turn though.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put a mark on the ones that just got a normal failure and not a critical one.
Okay. And then
Um,
also for
So
Shadow Norn.
pink. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that is not what command I wanted to do. And that was, and actually purple didn't critically fail. They were very close, but they didn't critically fail. All right, so it's sort of like half and half nearly.
Nice.
All right, I believe that is your turn. We move on to Avi Avi.
Did Norn also make a?
Oh wait, yes, thank you for reminding me. Who doesn't have any abilities to protect for that? Oh, and it doesn't matter because they got such a high roll anyway, but tiny little line, I almost missed. The Norn gets a nat 20 whenever they roll initiative.
She did. Ah, gotcha.
We'll save for that, and this is versus magic, so +1. 47. So not a critical success, but just a success.
All right, so that will be two times.
Okay.
2 times on it.
So they at the very least can't do any 3 action things next turn. Avi, you're up. Igra, you'll be up next.
Okay. Let's maybe get an Arcana roll out of the way for the Anti-Norn.
Okay.
Sweet. 18 on a die place plus 34.
Oof.
I think is going to be 52.
That'll be a critical success.
Sweet.
Even with them being, they're rare, they're not unique. So, I will tell you their immunities, weaknesses, and you've already gotten a bunch of their other cool abilities. Actually, I'll give you their immunities, weaknesses, and the one ability that I'm really scared of.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Okay.
Immunities. They cannot be flat-footed, and they cannot be hurt by void damage, negative damage.
Sure.
Weaknesses, cold iron 20. And their ability that I'm scared of, they have an ability called Snip Thread that they can use 3 times a day. They produce a golden thread linked to the fate of a creature within 100 feet and then snip it short. the creature takes 100 negative damage, DC 42 basic fort save, which if they have their reaction back, they have a chance to make you fail it, because they can make you roll twice and choose the lower one. If you are reduced to 0 hit points by this damage, the thread is completely severed and the creature dies immediately. A creature slain by snip thread cannot be restored to life except by miracle, wish, or similarly powerful magic, or by divine intervention.
I can handle it.
Regardless of the outcome of the saving throw, a creature targeted by snip by thread then becomes temporarily immune for 24 hours, so they can't double tap you with it. Which would be like 200 damage.
Okay.
But there is
okay.
another restriction on it. Despite the fact that they do have access to it 3 times a day, they can't use it after use for 1d4 rounds. So there's a cooldown.
Okay.
Unless that's saying they can use it 3 times, then they get a cooldown, but that doesn't make any sense.
It's like a breath weapon.
Yeah. Well, breath weapons you can use endlessly as long as you keep the battle
Most
going.
of them have a D4 cooldown.
No, but Will, this has a maximum per day.
Yes, I'm saying
even if
it's the cooldown effect is like a breath weapon, Matt.
yes,
Yeah.
and that is pretty much everything that you get to learn about the Anti-Norn, apart from what you've already seen them do.
Okay.
Thing out of here.
And don't worry, guys, this is a modern encounter.
Yippee!
That's about right.
Yippee. Well, I'm gonna hit them all with Phantasmagoria. And that DC should be 40.
All right. We'll do the same thing we did again. Where we start from the top, work our way down.
Mhm.
You guys are actually picking a save they are not good at, so good job.
Good to know.
Pink succeeds
Fails.
but barely. Oh yeah, sorry,
No,
40
it's a 40.
failures. Red succeeds but barely. Blue fails. Green fails. Purple barely succeeds. Yellow.
Would have failed if I weren't frightened. Damn it.
All right, so that means this is just damage. 51 is going to go to
54.
54, thank you. 54 to pink. 54 to blue. Decent chunk. 54 to green.
Also, Ophelia, this might be a good one.
And
Give me
then
my spell back, please.
54 times 2 is 27 to the ones that succeeded but barely, so that's going to be red.
Avi is simultaneously flying and
purple
doing
and
this
yellow.
somehow.
And yellow.
Good looking 2020 TikToker.
What is happening?
Don't
You have
worry about it. I'm getting my spell
Yeah.
slot back.
all right. Igora, you are up, and then Endures in Darkness.
Cool. So I'm going to do my free action battle cry now, just because I find that it's
Yes.
easier to let you do your thing and then just do it at this point. This is on the big boss.
Mhm.
So that'll be 48 against their will DC.
Okay, let me take a look. Tatter Thread will.
Nope.
That will be a failure, but not a critical one.
Okay, so I failed. Cool. So then nothing happens. I rolled a 16. Wow, I rolled a 16 and that was a failure. Jesus.
They have a high will DC. It's their will DC is 46.
So I succeeded.
Well, no, yeah, I said they failed,
Oh,
but not
yeah.
critically.
Okay, so cool. They're frightened one.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
That's just good for us to know. Beats.
While you're just figuring something out real quick.
No, you're good. Do your thing. You want to run check your cheesecake, Matt?
Sparkling.
No, good.
And plain.
Well, it's because I'm doing them right now.
Oh, that's cute.
Because I've got a.
Avi, did you find out this thing had a fly speed at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Not that I am aware of.
cool. I have a plan.
A man with a plan.
So Matt, you like cheesecake, right?
Oh,
That's literally what I was checking on. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to use my 8th level summon elemental.
is it a cheesecake elemental?
I have advantage against cheesecake.
I'm going to summon a Gamatatsu
Is
right
that
there.
What if you just called
that
it what
Japanese?
it actually is?
cheese?
Because then I have to pronounce Velnadar.
Put some effort in, Will.
I have no idea.
You're saying it right now.
I can summon it to there. And then it's going to use 2 actions.
Keep in mind if you are
It has a fly
some-
speed.
okay, good.
It's going to use 2 actions to vacuum the Norn inside of it.
Okay.
And there's no
DC.
save on the vacuum. That's the escape DC. The vacuum just happens. So get inside the frog.
Shin,
Okay.
is that you?
Boom.
Okay.
Yep, so it's inside the frog now.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Unfortunately, that is I only get those 2 actions with him.
All right.
But yeah.
Endures in darkness. Now, just double checking. Because we have a number of not terribly tough guys at this point. Endures in darkness is going to try a little chain lightning. So he's going to start with within. What's the range on this? The target must have been 230 feet and 500. That can't be right. Hold on a sec. That. Oh wow, no, yeah. 500 feet for the initial cast. Wow. Okay. Chain lightning, which is going to be targeting green first because it looks the most hurt. I'm using a little DM knowledge there for you guys. That's going to be a reflex save of 40 for the green one. Lead on canoe, reflex. Success, but not critically. Which. Okay. Okay, so yeah, only a critical save will prevent it from going to the next one. He succeeded, so he's going to take 20 damage. Not quite enough to finish this one off. This is going to jump to Purple, who is also going to do a will reflex save. That is a critical failure.
Nice.
So that will just fry Purple and destroy it. Puffs away in a bit of shadow.
Yay.
That lightning is then going to arc to Yellow. Critical success. Dang it. I never have luck with Endur's Chain Lightning, which I suppose is a good thing because they're a DM character, but
I
it's
like it when
disappointing.
Endures in Darkness does damage. It's okay. I
Um,
like it.
That dude's badass.
And Endures is just going to do a quick battle medicine check to Ikara, which I think he
Not
has.
bad, actually.
Yeah, but he has only so many things he can do with one action.
Yeah, I would just recommend saving battle medicine for when we're about to go, when we're closer to getting our thread snipped.
He's got a different thing for that.
Okay.
So he, with assurance, will get a automatic 37.
Okay.
So
But hey, chat, at least me and Matt aren't arguing for 45 minutes about what order to get down party members up in.
Uh-oh.
Good Lord.
I feel like you're referencing something.
Referencing an argument that Matt and I witnessed on the weekend.
Oh boy.
did we? Which
Yeah.
one was that?
Jeez.
40. This is a 2d8 plus 30. Will you get 40 HP back?
Nice. Roll for perception with the party of 9. Thanks for coming down, y'all. We're fighting a Norn
An
and
evil
some
Lord.
and some Ankus.
Charlotte, thank you for being patient. We're finally at your turn.
Yay! It's me. I am going to use 2 actions to craft 2 additional bombs because I'm going to need them. And then I'm going to throw Greater Alchemist Bomb right here at this gentleman.
All right.
Specifically so I can splash damage the other 2.
That's fair.
And it's going to be a Greater Alchemist's Fire. 42 plus 3 for Bard Song to attack.
Okay. That is a 42 to hit. That will definitely hit. Actually, 45, thanks to
Mine's a
Bard
hit.
Song. Thank you. That will definitely hit, and they do not have any resistance to fire. So that is going to be 23 fire damage.
Correct. Plus 10 slash for green, blue, and yellow. And then yellow has persistent fire.
All right, and that actually takes out green. They only had 10 HP left.
Nice.
And blue will take the 10 from the splash. Yeah, blue's shadows did not last very long.
No.
To be fair, he was going to have to spend an action for each of them to maintain them in the next turn, which would have
No,
resulted
believe it
in
or
him
not,
not having a turn.
It's only 1 action to maintain all of them.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah.
was 1 action per.
No, it's 1 action to maintain all of them. I was
Well,
reading
it's
it, I was
academic
like,
now.
that's really good. It's a very cool
Um,
ability.
But
No,
that ends my. That's my 3.
All right, we move on to the Tatterthread, who's inside the frog.
You're inside a frog.
let me
At the
just-
start of the turn, because you're inside the frog, a couple of things.
What's the DC 27, Will?
That's the escape DC.
Why is it twice?
What do you mean? Because that's just
Like,
how
it
roll
says
20.
DC 27, and then it goes escape DC 27.
That's just because how roll 20 is built.
Okay. They are just going to slash with their caustic shears. So attack number 1.
Is that a light weapon or an unarmed attack?
It is no.
They can only use light weapons or unarmed attacks. They are engulfed. Eating
I-
solves all of my problems.
Has 2 actions to do so.
They are just going to use an acid stream, which is just a ranged attack without a weapon. So
Okay.
they're just going to spit acid on the inside.
That's perfectly fine.
Uh,
It mixes with the stomach acid
all right.
and it
Attack.
gets neutralized.
Attack the second. 39.
A 39 on a regular should hit it. Let me just double check their AC. A 39 is a hit, not a crit. So that'll be 40 acid damage, but because it was not slashing or piercing damage, it doesn't trigger rupture.
All right. And third one. 39 again.
Okay, another 34. Still up. Sweet. My strategy may work.
Yeah. I have to find a way to nerf that strategy.
Wait, it only has 2 actions.
Oh yeah, I had to supplicate, Matt.
That's true. It'll spend the last attack, so it only did the 40 acid damage.
Thank you.
All right. We move on to the first. Whoa, what happened there?
It was still on Charlotte's turn. I moved it to the enemy's turn, and then you clicked it onto the next one.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anyway, I need to slap Will's hand away from the DM controls.
It's not the DM controls. I'm just.
Oh, can players control the initiative tracker, Will?
I was just trying to help you with the thing because it wasn't on the right thing.
I appreciate the intent.
Bonk.
Shame. Shame, shame, shame.
We're moving on to Pink,
It might be
who
really
is
easy.
thankfully I can do this technically because these guys actually have a fly speed. Just going to fly over top and hover and then punch down on poor Endures with. Now, this one has to spend at least 1 action supplicanting, so it'll only get 1 attack. And that's one of the next 3 turns, I think. Interesting
It
spell.
has to do it 6 times. in
Oh,
total.
this is the wrong profile. Yes. So it is gonna. It may not live for 6 rounds, but it's certainly gonna try. Wing attack, I guess. No, claw is better. 38. That might miss. No, that does hit, but barely. So that's going to be 22 damage. And that's it for that guy's turn. Next one is Yellow, who spends an action supplicanting. And then it's just going to fly over here and attack Gamma. Do you want to take an AO?
On Yellow,
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
hurt.
take a look here. You know what? Yeah, we'll take an AO on Yellow. Boop. Boop, ba-da-da-da-ba.
8. Oh,
So that'll be 38, 39, 40, 41 with Ophelia's boost.
that will hit. That will do
23 points of psionic damage.
So close.
Stop.
Are these a construct?
No.
Okay, I thought I'd try.
Yeah, they are summoned creatures, which I don't believe are constructs.
They're not. I just thought I'd.
No, it's fair to
I
ask.
have the bonus
probably
damage for
one
constructs, so I
point.
just thought I'd check.
No, yeah, you should always check on that.
Yeah.
And then a claw attack. 42.
Hits does not crit.
33 slashing. We move on to the actual Elite Enkidu, which will spend an action to keep Yellow up, just because it might divert fire a little bit.
Keeping in mind, it also lost actions.
Yes, and this one lost like 6, I think, but it's going to do the minimum required and do 1 genuflection this turn. But thankfully, it's right next to Gamma, so
You know, by doing the minimum like that, sir, you're just not going
Actually-
to advance.
here, he's going to move to here,
Wait a second.
here.
Hold up.
If they crit fail, they cannot do anything but pay.
Oh,
until-
okay.
Wow.
All right, so this guy spends his turn genuflecting. Thank you for checking me on that.
What does a Anku
really
look like when it
there.
genuflects, Matt?
I need
They do the bit from Wayne's World. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I love it.
Suddenly they get hockey jerseys. I don't know. And that I think is the same for red because they don't have the little symbol, so they spend the turn genuflecting. So that's 3 down. So they may only have to do this for 1 more turn if they live that long. Ophelia, you're up.
All right. We are going to keep Bard Song up, so that is 1 action. And then make me another will save from every creature and the every
All right. There's
Sure.
less on the table now, so this will be a little easier. We'll start with pink and go down. This is another will save. Ooh, these guys are gonna have to roll well. They did not. So that's pink is a failure.
Done 2.
Red is a failure. Blue is a failure, which is gonna prolong. No, blue is a success.
Stunned 1.
And yellow.
Remember, you're only a
failure.
failure if you stop trying.
Done 2.
Oh boy. So yellow's just not going to get a turn because it has to spend. It's stunned 2, and it has to spend an action genuflecting.
And then here's a question: is the Norn still in range?
Yes, the Norn is currently not within visual range because it's inside a frog.
Gotcha.
Actually, yeah, is this? Mine's within an area, so the Norn will have to check because this is a mental thing, not a visual or sonic thing. And the sonic thing is even a little iffy.
I know she's in there.
Yes. I'm just putting a stunned marker on everyone who actually got fully stunned.
The knowledge.
Feel her. Feel her bones.
So, yeah, pink, who is still going to have to genuflecting, is going to get fully stunned. Red is going to also be fully stunned. Blue is not, and I already did it for there. All right, so yeah, there's not a lot left to bad guys on the table. Avi, you're up.
Sweet. I am going to move here, I think, and then frigid flurry through all of them.
Because I think from here, yeah, I can hit all 4 of them if I go that way.
And not hit Gamma?
And not hit Gamma, correct.
Oh.
Because Frigid Flurry only hits
It's enemies.
enemies.
Really?
Hmm.
Correct.
Interesting.
It's a very good spell. Emily's Witch has been making use of it.
Yeah, for a 7th
All
level
right.
spell, it's pretty good. So
And that
that'll
is
be,
a 42 DC?
41 because I'm
41.
still frightened 1.
All right.
So that's going to be a reflex save, 33 cold damage, and 29 slashing damage on a failure.
Critical success for pink. Failure for red.
Yay.
Are we doing for all of them?
Yep.
Okay. Blue, failure. Yellow. Yellow had 1 hit point left. They are dead no matter what.
Yay.
All right, and so the only person to succeed is pink. That makes it easy. They're critical. So, and then the others are going to take. No one even got a normal success, so they're going to take the full damage. So that was, sorry, how much? 33 cold or 35 cold?
36 cold with Bard Song.
Yes, 36, not 5. So 36 on, and then what was the secondary?
29 slashing because it's
Thank you.
ice and wind.
All right, and all right. All right, Avi Avi, I think that's your turn.
Yep. I moved and I spelled, so that's my turn.
Igora.
Hi, Matt.
Uh-oh.
I have a question for you. First of all, friends in chat, feel free to react however you would like to the following thing I'm about to do. Matt, does this acid pool have damage stats associated with it?
Yes.
Awesome.
Keep in mind the frog will take all the damage until it's dead until.
Oh yeah, I'm perfectly okay with that. The frog's going to swim as deep into the acid as it can.
Now, all right, that begs a question, Will.
Yeah.
How far into the acid are we talking about? Like
It can-
the
it
acid
can
lake
get-
is not that deep.
Oh, is it? It's not that deep. So what we'll do is we will fly 50 feet into the acid lake.
Okay.
Because that's what their 2 actions would be. And then they're just going to sit there. They're not going to go into the acid yet. They're just going to fly 50 feet. So this way if she pops out, she's in the middle of the
Okay.
acid lake. I thought this was like deep acid lake, so he was going to submerge. He was going to like fully submerge.
It's
It's
kind
like
of
a
weird.
Spilled
It is
something
kind of
on
a
the
spill because
table.
Okay.
it hasn't like worn away into the table, and otherwise it would just flow across the table. So it's
Well, then this will be a lot less horrific than I thought it was going to be then. Cool. All right.
I do have to check something because there's some weird stuff you guys haven't encountered about the acid yet.
But now these 2 are 50 feet offshore.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
We'll just move them up into the corner for the moment.
Yeah, 50 feet offshore. And that's my free action for my turn.
Okay.
Slightly less effective than what I wanted, but say Louis.
I
Then
guess you could have it cough her up.
well, no, because if it's not deep enough to just submerge itself, then at that point I should just go as far away as I can, then pop it down and force them to move back through it, right?
Right.
So
What I've-
Oh, actually, Will, did we forget to do damage for the engulf?
yeah, it's barely anything. I don't think it will. It's 13 cold damage, Matt.
Okay.
I don't think it will affect the creature that much.
I have threshold, so I have to keep track of the damage.
Okay. Then Gamma is going to striking belly bump pink. That'll be a 46.
46 will hit, but not quite crit.
All right. Then that will be a 17 bits of sonic damage.
Good chunk of its remaining health.
Second attack, a Krog Maga kick. That'll be a 37.
37. That will miss.
Wow.
Are you adding Bard Song?
Yeah, that's with Bard Song.
Yeah, that will miss by 1.
There you go. That's fair. What did I roll on that? Second attack is a 7. Yeah. Third attack, same deal. And that will miss. And that's my turn.
All right. We move on to Endures in Darkness. He's just gonna try and finish this thing off. Pink, he's just gonna do a little electric arc. Oh, good, the DC's right. So we'll start with Pink. It's like right in front of him anyway, so. Reflex. Succeeds, but not critically, but still enough. And then red, it only had like 17 hit points left or something. And red fails, so they'll take the full 42 electricity.
Nice.
Good
I
for
remembered to
Enders.
program his cantrips correctly at long last. And then he is going to.
Matt, this is not meant to sound condescending. I'm very proud of you for that.
Well, I just had to actually remember to do it. Enders is actually just going to try and Gamma, I'm helping, and move over here to give you flanking next turn.
Enders.
He wants to get that extra credit, man. Charlotte, you are up.
Okay. Well,
Let it be known that Igra does actually give Endures like a fair amount of leeway in
And also
general
a
when
lot of
teaching.
extra credit.
Yeah, like I do. Like, listen, I may make Endures put up with my shit, but I also do reward him for putting up with my shit.
I'm
You
going
just
to
reward him for being good.
What's
Um,
that, Sarah? Oh,
He's a
Scars.
cheater, he's gotta
That
work.
will definitely hit, even without the bard song. So that'll be.
Nice.
That should probably just be slashing or. It's a spear, so it actually should be doing piercing. I think I should program that properly.
it's could be bludgeon slashing. I could be.
So with bard song, that will be 20 damage, and then I believe the effect.
I need a will save, please.
Ooh, we'll save
So will
43.
That saves.
Okay. That was, I think, a move and a strike. You have one more action left.
I am going to do a second attack. No, that won't.
34, one off even with bard song.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Oops.
Tatterthread spends an action to gesticulate. They only have one turn left of doing that, I think. But they also are still inside a frog. They're just going to continue, I guess, acid kissing the inside because it's not like they have range to do a lot of other stuff.
Ew.
51 will against the frog.
that will crit.
So that will be 678 acid damage.
Still up.
Second attack, 40.
40 is a hit.
40 acid damage.
Nice. Supplication.
Yes. All right. Then we move on to Blue, who is kind of like looking back over their shoulder at Tatterthread, like, should I keep fighting or?
Oh, you should surrender.
Well, they're like 50 feet away. Hold on a sec.
Go take up cheese making.
They are the one that's not stunned completely. They still have to spend a turn gesticulating, and they're stunned 1, I think.
Not easy to make.
Because they didn't critically succeed.
They crit.
So they have one action this turn. And yeah, they're just gonna slash at Gamma. 39.
That is a hit, not a crit.
30 slashing.
Oh wait, 39? That's a miss.
Alright, no
I'm good.
slashing
It's
damage
AC 40, baby. Oof.
then.
We
Red
leveled up.
is stunned 2, and then has to spend an action gesticulating, so they don't get a turn. Ophelia, it's your turn.
It's so weird when we say it. Spend an action. They just spend an action gesticulating.
Or genuflecting, perhaps.
Out of all of the Anku are bowing down, Ophelia just over there like, what color?
Well, they're bowing down, but also stunned, so they're like kind of blinking on half the side of their face, like, I'm not worthy. What? Like someone just hit them in the head with a board.
What color do you think I should do my nails?
Fuchsia.
That's ugly. Pick a better color.
You were gonna say that no matter what I said.
Yeah.
Well, what if they said baby pink?
She'd say, I'm not feeling it.
Rose gold.
Not today.
All right. Ophelia, it is your turn.
We're gonna keep Bard Song up. And then let's see. Let's throw.
Well, do you have like any sort of like telepathic link with your summon?
No, but I have Blowhorn and the ability to be heard within 300
No,
feet.
I wanted to make sure that if they could like communicate something to you. Never mind.
No, they can't. But they can yell really loud. They're only like 100 feet away, Matt.
Yes, but that would involve opening their mouth,
I mean,
which they're not going to do because they're smart.
the inside of their body is a vacuum. They're an air elemental.
Feels like there's something wrong with that, but I'm not going to bother questioning it.
I have questions, but I'm not
This
sure I
is-
want the answers.
It's
I also
how-
don't care that much.
This is how I clean Igara's room.
Oh,
That's why the bottles
What?
keep breaking.
Yeah, they're my Swiffer.
that makes sense.
All right, Ophelia, you got Bard Song up.
Weirdly
Oh,
enough, we're gonna throw up Mirror Image. Haven't done it in a minute, but I don't like
Sick.
the feeling of that Norn, so we
Mm-mm.
are going to Mirror Image it. And that's my
Alright.
turn.
all right. We move on to Avi Avi.
As long as that Norn is still out on the river, I think I'm just gonna reach spell electric arc.
Also, only 50 feet, so like
Oh, I
have-
took another 15 cold, I think.
Yeah.
it is the frog still.
Well, so now it's after the frog's second turn. It was 100, but yeah.
100 damage?
No, like 100 feet.
Oh. I was like,
Also,
where
my
did-
damage should be back to normal, but
All right. Do. I need the elite.
Frog
one.
is just going to take them off, drop them off the side of the table.
I think with electric arc, you only have range to hit one of them.
I
Reach
said
spell.
electric arc with reach spell.
Sorry, I missed that. There was
Mm-hmm.
things happening. Reflex. Failure.
Sweet
And-
fails.
Failure.
And fails. Beautiful.
So it'll be 35 electric to each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you flying, by the way?
I am.
I'm gonna give you a little something. Give me a free perception check.
Free. I love free.
Like the TMZ app. The price is
Okay.
free.
13 plus 29 because I'm no longer frightened.
You're like, yeah, electric arc, and then out of the corner of your eye, a portion of the acid shifts. Like something almost breaks the surface. A little ways away, it doesn't look like it's, right up in this combat potentially, but
Not yet.
You see-
also, just for mood, the egg just looms over everything here.
Gross.
In the distance,
Bad.
but still horrifying edifice. Igara.
Hello. Free action. Another 13 cold damage.
Okay.
And then another 100 feet into the acid lake.
Okay.
This is now what? 250 feet away?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
And then for my regular actions,
Mhm.
on red, because Endures in Darkness is being such a bro.
Hmm.
Kadu. 38, 24, 41 against red's off guard.
That will definitely hit then.
23 Sonic. 37 against red off guard for another 23
That
Sonic.
will also hit.
Boom, and a miss. And that's my turn. My turns are so quick, y'all. I'm very happy with how much I've figured out Igara and how to have an efficient turn with him. It makes me feel
Um,
good.
Endures in Darkness is going to, considering this thing is actually because they're right next to him, he can pull off an electric arc. Because he doesn't have to worry about distance really that much.
Mhm.
So he's going to do that. Electric arc. And reflex save again for these guys. Failure. Failure. So.
4.
And blessing to bless to Charlotte.
Thank you.
So +1 to
Blessings.
whatever the next thing is you do, I think.
Blessings.
Or guidance, not blessing.
Blessings
Thea,
of Shar.
it's Charlotte.
Why am I thinking of the Queen Charlotte? What is it? It's
Sorrows.
sorrows, prayers. It's very fitting, honestly.
Yeah, all I'm thinking of is now is Sarah is God's favorite princess.
And trash.
I'm gonna electric arc. So probably this will they will definitely reflex, but I'd like to electric arc these two.
Is your damage programmed properly?
No.
That's a great question. Don't know. This was not
No,
me.
it is 3d4. It's just it rolled.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled 2 ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And a 2.
Oh, that's how.
All
And-
right. Well, that's still getting Bard Song. So, all right. We'll start with red. Failure and critical success for the other one.
Okay, so red at least
Um,
makes whatever damage that is.
11. It's getting down there. It's looking really hurt. All right. Tatterthread spends the last turn genuflecting, grinding her teeth. All right. Dun, 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 dun. They're going to do another spray of acid from inside.
They fall into the acid.
They have a fly speed. They just hover in the air. It's a Norn, Will. You think they couldn't fly?
Well, technically speaking, when you do exit a creature you are prone, you cannot fly prone.
Oh. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, that's all right. They have acid resistance.
I was just about to say this thing that's been spitting
That's
acid the whole
Perfectly
time.
fine. I just wanted to get them away from the fight so we could deal with literally everything else first.
Okay.
It did work.
I did.
Now we're just gonna sit on the banks while they fly 250 feet back.
It's going to be a few turns.
And do what the best part is? I can summon that creature again and do it again.
Twiddle our
Jesus.
thumb. And then Igora summoned that creature for the rest of his life.
Mhm. I
Bum, bum,
can
bum.
delay of game them to death.
That's another reason I dislike it. It just prolongs thing, which I dislike.
Well,
Fights
so-
at this level are already long enough.
Well, here's the thing. It prolongs it, but it prolongs it in a way that lets us deal with all the small things first, so then we can then focus on the big thing without having to deal with the small things. So it does help us
See-
a lot.
That matters less to me.
Yeah, but like from a tactical perspective, it's incredibly helpul.
We don't want
I'm not sure how I can express that I don't care any more than I have already.
Don't want to die. We want to live.
Your exact
I
words
understand.
before the session were do smart things and be tactical.
Yes. Not that though.
I don't know if those were the exact.
Why weren't you reading my mind? Well, come on.
It's like,
Do exactly
Fucking
what I
my
want you to
family.
do, not a thing similar to. I'm just ribbing you.
I know,
Anyway.
I'm ribbing as well.
What was I doing? Blue.
Oh.
It is his turn. Slashes. Still genuflecting. I'm just gonna assume they're gonna do that for the rest of their life. 41 against Gamma.
Probably. A 41 will hit, does not crit.
30 slashing.
Ow.
33 will not hit. I'm
No,
pretty sure.
you need a 40 for Gamma, man.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. And finally, crit fish. Nope. All right, moving on to
crit
the other
fail?
one. Yeah. I mean, I did get a crit then.
Good. You got a crit fail, it's still crit.
Yes. Claw. This guy is now stunned 1, genuflecting 1, so he gets 1 attack. Crit fails. All right, we move on to Ophelia.
All right. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. We're gonna keep Bard's song up, and then.
Excuse me.
Shame. How are between red and blue? How are they looking?
Red looks really hurt.
Red
Blue, a little under half, maybe.
hurt. We're gonna shoot red. Whoa!
Oh. I mean, with a crit, that will finish them off. I'm not even.
Nice.
With Bard's Song and then the doubling, they had like 20 HP left. Yeah,
Okay.
but what are your remaining 2 action? Well, I guess action.
Well, let's see.
I apologize for not characterizing these guys very much, but they're literally just minions.
Yeah, I guess I will shoot the other one.
Avi trying to guesstimate, they're 200 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
That will still hit.
Sorry for making you do math, McKenna.
How dare you, William?
Will, do not apologize for McKenna having to calculate stuff. Miss
Do
Meteors.
apologize.
Never.
My silly little brain can't handle
I'm angry
it.
at both of you.
20.
I think we went to an arts college.
I
Did
hate.
you know that they introduced math courses after we graduated, Sarah?
Isn't it the
Gross.
semester after we graduated?
We truly caught the last copter out of Nom. We did not. It was the semester after I graduated.
No.
All right, 13 damage from the second attack that managed to hit. I believe that's all of Ophelia's turn. Avi, you're up. Igra, you'll be up next.
Oh boy. So can I make some sort of knowledge check to see what the fuck is going on in the acid lake?
This is a situation which is interesting for me for a DM because what's happening is not typical, and I would say give me a perception check to try and study the acid to like really focus in on it, but this will count as an actual action. This won't be a freebie
Yeah.
anymore. Because this
Yeah.
isn't something you could usually figure out just by context clues. Because it's not normal.
Well, I think that's still just gonna be 1 less than what it was last time.
Total out.
Sorry, the math is not mathing. I think that's going to be 41.
I'll give you a couple things for this. First, you see something. It's very indistinct, but something swimming under the acid. Like it's not super deep, but it's deep enough that something can slide along under the surface of the liquid. And the second thing that catches your notice is on the other side of the mushroom forest. You're now you had no reason to look at this before, but now you're looking at the mushrooms that are closest to the acid. Above the acid line, where the mushrooms are all messed up anyway, there's like a bite taken out of one of the mushrooms, and the teeth marks are like half the size of Gamma. And I'll say also, the teeth marks, there's a lot of teeth in the mark. It's not like big fangs, it's like lots of like needle.
We're looking at like leech mouth.
Not necessarily that kind of shape, but just lots of smaller teeth, perhaps.
Endures in darkness, keep away from the acid. There is something in there and it likes to eat mushrooms.
Something in the acid looks down. Jaws. Acid shark. No. I mean, that would be
Acid
cool,
shark.
though.
Acid shark.
Okay.
What the hell is it doing
I
here?
guess I
Why is there a
should
shark
shoot
on a table?
something at this last guy here who is annoyingly 45 feet away.
My master plan to be 45 feet away.
I guess I could just do a cheeky little magic missile at 3rd level, especially with that glowing +3. That's probably the way to go.
It's hovering in the air.
That's going to be what? 64 plus 24, I believe, is what it is.
Will, you would know better than I.
I've decided it's 64 plus 24.
Sure. That includes the bard song?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
That takes out a huge chunk of the remaining health.
Yay!
All right. 3 actions. Igora, you are up.
Hello, it is I, Igora. Igora is going to have Gamma try to finish off Blue. That'll be a 53 against Blue.
Now, is that 53 against their off guard?
No, it's just their
Oh,
regular.
yeah. But I think that still might crit anyway.
I rolled a 19. I hope it does.
Yes, they do not have a 43 AC.
21. Okay, so then I have to roll 2d8.
I will just.
Or
do
sorry,
36.
3d8. Because I have 3 weapon dice of damage. I've never updated. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21. Plus 16. That's 36 or 7, 38. So that'll be 60 something damage.
That is enough to finish Blue off.
Cool. And then Gamma's going to spend their other 2 actions flying towards here to basically cut off the Norn when it comes back onto the map.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. All right.
So the thing that I've come to realize is that I don't really damage-wise scale as well as Avi or Charlotte have. Or even Ophelia for that matter.
Okay.
But the utility.
Yeah.
I have
move
less
on to-
utility than Avi.
Endurance and Darkness is going to move away from the acid I've recommended, move over to Charlotte, is going to do a battle medicine to them, which is 2d8 plus 30. Charlotte, you get 34 HP back.
Oh, nice.
And is going to give guidance to Ophelia, because someone pointed out to me in the last Pathfinder event I went to, you can't do guidance to the same person within an hour.
Mhm.
Charlotte, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm going to first move up.
You have to touch somebody to give them guidance.
No, actually not.
Okay, good. Because if you did, Ophelia would not let that happen.
Just within range.
Little cloud of spores comes at you. Nope.
Bomb. Going to press something. Yeet bomb.
Eat the bomb.
A big bomb. Go squish push barf.
I'm sorry, who are you throwing the bomb at?
Well, the her.
She's 200 feet away.
Is she 200?
Yes.
200?
She's still on the map just so we remember that she's there.
Oh God.
So, you guys have a couple rounds to do just things uninterrupted?
Okay, well, retcon that.
Sure.
I waste.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Do a funny little dance.
I just look at her, put one set of arms on my waist and go,
Do you
Oh,
he's a
damn.
coward.
Sorry, this is literally all I can do to effectively help in this situation.
To be fair, you chose these spells and these summons.
I mean,
You could have done
even-
something entirely different.
Even with the summoner, there's really not much I can do to compete with Avi's DPS.
It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of everyone's time.
No, it's okay. That means we can heal while she's, schlepping it.
I like it.
Charlotte
Alright.
turns to you and is like flexing all the muscles and is like, I am perfectly fine. I want to throw a bomb.
So
Got
The-
attacked a few times, Charlotte, so we must need to heal.
we're gonna move to Tatterthread then. They have a fly speed of 35 feet. I'm just double checking the actual acid damage because, as Will pointed out, they probably fell onto the acid. Actually, you know what? Let's double check. If they roll really well for this acid damage, they might take a tiny bit of damage. Nope. Never mind.
Always listen. Always
Oh,
try to
damage is
use
damage.
environmental hazards, and damage is damage.
So
Yeah.
they're going to spend all 3 actions because they don't have to genuflect anymore. At least they spend 3 turns doing that. They are going to go a total of 105 feet.
That should
So they're
actually get
only-
them back onto the map now then.
Not quite. They're like 95 away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
95, you
'em.
say?
Yes. Because they were 200 feet away, and they took 105 off of that, so they're 90 feet away. 95 feet away, specifically. Ophelia, you're up.
Wait, no, that's the wrong spell. Boo! This is the correct spell.
Okay.
The damage is not correct. Please make me a will save. A William save.
Sure. This is against magic, so they'll get a +1 to whatever this is. 43.
That is a failure.
Okay. They'll take 10d6 mental damage, frightened 3. All right.
Said
That is how much damage?
26.
Oh my god. 3 1s? Oh, Ophelia.
Oh, it's not programmed correctly.
Oh,
Oh yeah, not even a little bit.
Nope.
so you just roll the 20d6 on your own then. That didn't. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Or pardon me, 10d6 because it was just a
Yeah.
failure, not a critical failure.
Exclamation mark in this one. I always forget. Or
No,
slash.
it's /r space 10d6.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
36. Respectable, respectable.
39. And they are frightened 3 and cannot
Yes.
benefit from circumstance or status bonuses for a week. Technically a curse.
All right. Now,
Curses.
should we clarify? Are they 95 feet away from like the square they're currently in, or are they 95 feet away from the shoreline?
Yes.
Which one?
I thought that at this point they would be 95 feet away from getting to that square.
Okay, that's fair. All right. So we move to Avi Avi.
All right. If they are still 95 feet away, then I think I can hit them.
Oh yeah, I could have hit him. Shit, I could have hit him with this before they moved. I'm gonna hit him with a desiccate. At level 9, so I'm going to need to roll another d10.
What's the range on this?
500 feet.
Okay, yep. It's crazy to me that there are spells with 500 feet range.
Magical mortars for the win. Also,
That's a fort
Oh
save.
wait, no, I don't, because that's void damage, right? And that was not the damage. That was one of the damages that she was
yes.
immune to. I take that back. I
That's
don't
fine.
do that.
That's fine. Good on you,
I
remember.
didn't read what the damage was until it was in chat. Thank
That's
God we're
perfectly
not
fine.
playing chess.
You
Well,
took your hand off the chess piece.
I guess I could cast Falling Stars, which also has a range of 500 feet.
Oh Lord.
I mean,
Uh,
only 9.
and I mean, she is a large
I mean, it'll
creature,
be-
so you could actually make it so you could stack a couple of them on her. But I would
you have
hold
to do
off.
all the math for this.
It's only for one person.
It is easier when it's just one target.
But you
so
could get that back.
and I could get that back. Okay. I'm gonna do that. And I will stack as many of those as I
You
can
tell me.
around her. So it's going to be, since it's 10 feet, all I have to do is just not stack. I think I can stack 3 of them on top of her.
You can
Alright.
stack
Not
4,
How
one
much-
on each corner.
Well,
I-
let me do
okay,
the
so-
reflex save first. This might be academic. If they get a crit save, we don't have to do any of this.
No.
Or a natural 1.
Well, she fails. Oh,
He
look,
fails,
you
not critically though.
Close though.
But still, I'll take.
Yeah,
That's that's so
Critically,
good.
though, he says,
Okay,
put
so
upon.
she takes both of these damage numbers plus 3 4 times.
So 29, 30, 31, 32 plus 56. So that
I don't
would
think
be...
does the plus 3 get added to both of those? I don't think it does.
Oh, sorry. 32 plus 53.
32 plus 53 is
340
85.
damage.
340?
Yep.
And hold on. Double checking one thing.
I hope
To-
this does it. I got nothing to help.
Listen, I'm glad that Avi Avi has recreated the end of the original Final Fantasy 14.
I don't
Right.
know what that means.
Stars
It's
falling
just
down.
like I like to think cinematically, you don't see this happen. You just
I'm-
see the reflection in Avi Avi's eyes as her pupils dilate
All right.
a little
So a couple things are going to happen here.
bit. Mhm.
First off, there's just sort of an explosion, and I'm going to tell you something that you're going to appreciate. If you had done like 20 less damage, she would have gotten away and there was nothing you guys could have done about it because she had a time stop saved for when she got to 100 health, and then she would have just fled with 9 actions. So you guys have now cut down the amount of encounters you have to do because, and a little peek behind the curtain, if she had gotten away, during the big ritual at the end of this chapter, when the good Norn is sewing the shadows back together, she was going to show up out of nowhere and attack the potted plant.
Dead.
But you guys have now removed that encounter, which actually possibly cuts down a week worth of game time because that's a whole one less fight we have to do in this chapter.
Oh,
But in one
yay.
other thing, as you guys bask in this wonderful, glorious
fuck.
explosion, the acid begins to bubble.
Mhm.
And you hear a voice that somehow rumbles from inside the acid. Who dares challenge the guardian of the egg? And from
It was
bursting,
her, but we killed her.
bursting from beneath
Uh,
is this creature.
Avi, you be lying.
ooh, a Lenorm.
Oh shit!
Ooh, that thing's cool.
Oh, hey, it's
And-
like the boss in Veilguard.
Really scary looking.
A little less body
Ophelia,
horror,
can I
but
have that spell back, please?
It's kind of
Oh.
and to see how this bled encounter ends up happening, because that's important to note, Tatterthread didn't have the shadow fragment.
Yeah, thank God.
But guess where it is?
95
It's
feet.
stuck in its teeth.
It's in the Lorn's belly.
Matt, am I allowed to warn Zoe, McKenna, and Sarah about Lenorms before next week, or should we let them
Absolutely not.
discover? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, Will,
let
I
us
require you to
know.
appear before me so I can give you blunt force trauma so you forget everything.
Blunt force
Yeah.
trauma for me?
Yes.
You shouldn't
Which-
have.
Which teeth are you less attached to?
Ooh.
Oh, I need my teeth.
But to see if Will survives the week to play again, tune in next week to see actually probably the last combat of this chapter of the
Nice.
final book.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, chat. Wish my dad luck as he goes to curl in the provincial championships this week.
Oh, nice.
Very hard.
And it's Manitoba, so it's high level curling because a lot of Team Canadas are from Manitoba.
It's true.
So
It's a big
go
thing
and
here.
send them the good vibes.
I curled at one point in my life.
Yes.
I
All right,
curled
but
You Canadians.
there is actually a curling rink in LA. I went there in like college and just
Yeah, but
threw
nobody
a couple of
Actively
rocks.
curls.
And the people who were there curling were like, "Oh, this person must be Canadian." But thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you all on the next
The
one.
next one.
Bye.
Bye.